last session, the unnamed evil party has been venturing through the city of Broken Bridge. You have met many new allies and have made a well, have joined a quest helping out Karo Erstep, who are attempting to intimidate and frame one of his rivals, the lady um, Yoslak Aldrich, who is one of the individuals who is on the Castle of Broken Bridge. You have broken into her home under the guise of dancing and going to her winter's ball. While some of you are enjoying snacks and festivities down below, the actual abode, two of you have now snuck upstairs and are currently making your way into the darker sections of the house that are presumably empty in order to find office and frame Lady Oxbridge. So that is where we pick up today's session. We begin with Ripley and Egil as you two have made your way upstairs, snuck off into the dressing chambers, the powder room, and have thus passed without trace on both of yourselves. I believe we have on you, correct?
Yes. Yeah, I'm very sneaky.
Very, very. So, just so you remember, you walked in through the front doors of the Oxbridge estate, made your way off to the left side where you found a large glass window overlooking the gardens, and a hallway leading to the north side of the building that led into the powder room, and the other waste rooms. The party is happening downstairs. You saw a large set of double doors when you first entered the estate, and you caught a glimpse of a staircase on the right side of the estate leading upstairs. So you are currently within the powder rooms. You do note that there is one guard currently upstairs that you know who is kind of watching out directly in front of the exit to the powder rooms, right in front of the staircase leading to the rose room. The party is happening.
Okay.
How are you planning on sneaking through?
That is such a great question. I'm not good at imagining a location with my brain box.
So if I had to say draw and describe the area, I would probably draw and describe what you've seen of the estate, something like this. So if you want to look down there, it should draw like you, I hope.
We're
What map are you on? No,
I'm
you're
just
on that
like,
map.
basic page.
Yeah, you're on that map. There you go.
Oh, it's down here. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And where am I?
You. Hold on, let me just draw this real fast. You and let's mark you as I like this token a lot. And this is going to represent your party token at the moment. You are most likely, you probably would have gone to the shared space. So you're probably in the middle right here. Don't worry, I'll give you control of this token briefly.
No, I don't need it.
No, I think you need it.
I control a much better token.
No.
Okay. And where's the safe again?
You need to be upstairs.
Okay. Well, we need to go upstairs then.
And you vaguely know the stairs to be somewhere off to the left. I can unveil kind of what you would see. When you first entered, you saw like elements of a staircase right there. This is a very
Okay.
quick sketch of what the building looks like. Hope you know. There's also there might be something this way, further down the hall. Um, there's a door at the very end as well. Well, orange are doorways. I don't know if I marked all of the doorways.
Now, as a gamer, I love to explore every inch of an area before moving forward with the plot. But as Ripley, I want to finish this as fast as possible, so we don't die.
Hmm.
So really, I'm super conflicted here. Ripley's a speedrunner and I'm a completionist. So
Ooh, the conflicting of in IRL.
yeah,
in the
it's
game.
tragic. Um,
Oh.
do we want to risk exploring, or do we want to just go to the stairs?
E-Gil is definitely more of a get the job done.
Okay. Then we shall get the job done.
Get the job done indeed. Alright. Pull up my camera. Alright.
And are there people between us and
You do know
location?
there's a guard right here, which I can mark the guard as a miniature token. That's very many.
Okay.
Oh, very many.
The guard is standing like right here. He's just kind of watching over the door,
Okay.
making sure people enter in safely. There's a couple more guards on the outside as well.
Okay. Orange doors.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
It's a very quick sketch
No,
that I
that's fine.
also cannot really change very much.
That's
No,
perfectly
good,
fine.
good. It's better than nothing.
Mm-hmm.
We just have to.
It gets the job done.
I don't know why you don't let me like edit the picture. Like, it's so
The drawing
hard to.
tool in Roll20 is a little funky.
It's so funky. I'm just hopeful that I can delete this eventually.
Okay, so how do we distract this person? What do I have here? I can scare them. I can... That's about it. I can scare them in multiple different ways. But I feel like that's a little bit more attention-y than we want.
Yeah, I think the most that I actually have is my Draconic Cry as far as abilities go. Okay.
Maybe we just have to truly, in video game style, wait for the pathing of this character to change until they turn around, and then sprint.
Just so you know, they have moved,
Okay.
not once. They are
so-
very much standing there.
All right. So
Interesting.
we came from the direction that the guards are in, though, right?
Yeah. So that little circular section, that is to represent the staircase down.
Okay. So he saw us come up here and go this way.
Yeah. He saw you go to the baths or the washrooms, essentially.
Okay. And what are these brown rectangles?
Couches.
Couches. Okay.
If you want, I could go back out there and try to distract this person by talking to them.
Is the spell on you?
It is.
So I'd make him less stealthy.
I mean, as long as I'm within 30 feet.
Yeah, I feel like I
Also,
don't think this is actually 60 miles,
Can you?
but
So, pass without trace.
mhm.
It gives you a
Um,
+10 to stealth checks. And it covers up any tracks you would have left.
Yeah. A veil of shadows and silence radiates from it, masking you and your companions. Do you think that would be very visible to other people if they saw someone walk up to them and they're very quiet and there's like extra shadows around them?
I mean, I don't think it would be immediately noticeable if someone had like extra shadows. I think it might over time and with comparison to other people be noticeable.
What if
But it's like if you
army
walked by
crawl on the
somebody
ground?
and they had slightly too long of arms, it's unlikely you're gonna notice that immediately. Because your brain kind of fills in the gaps of a lot of stuff. But we could do the reverse if, Gil, you wanted to talk to this guard and basically get them to face this direction long enough for me to scourge in here.
Okay, alright.
Or, I mean, you have other items on you.
I don't have anything that would distract somebody. I don't have
Was
a
he,
go
Do you
over
have-
here
Do you
item.
have your Raven statue? Do you have your? I'm trying to think of like other items.
I don't have a lot of my stuff on me because we didn't have a lot of storage space in our outfits.
Did you buy pockets?
I think mine had the small pocket that it came with.
You probably would have fit the silver Raven statue in. It's not big. It's small. Like
Because that is something I wanted to just keep on me at all times if I could.
I would imagine. Yeah, your white Raven figure.
Okay. So I could summon a bird, send it in there to maybe get this guy to chase it.
Okay. That is something that we can do.
Don't think it can.
We could do the old throw a coin.
Yeah.
Hitman approach.
The hitman approach, baby.
Oh goodness.
I feel like a
Oh.
bird might be slightly more effective than a coin.
Yeah, nah, the bird will definitely be more effective. All we have to do is bend that corner pretty quickly.
Yeah. Alright,
Okay.
I'll summon a bird. Sure.
Come. You activate the silver Raven statue. Summoning into existence, you see a beautiful feathered raven. It's been long enough.
Oh. Oh, you're...
You're-
Hi.
Hi. You
Grim?
see sitting in front of you, Grim.
Oh, okay.
And here we thought that you
Wait.
perished.
I mean, yeah, I was shot and killed, but I'm Fae, so, you know, I just went to my homeland. But luckily, I left you a little token in case something did happen. You know, in case I had to leave. And, you know, life gets busy for a little creature like me.
Can you see from within the totem?
Oh, I'm aware-ish.
So are you aware of the plan?
Not exactly. We both are very fancy right now, so I'm assuming we're gonna fuck up something fancy.
Ripley's a little flabbergasted, trying to unmourn his fallen friend.
You've had him for so many weeks, and you never summoned him.
Well, I didn't think it would be actually him.
Oh,
Okay.
You watch as he kind of wiggles his feathers, and you suddenly feel like slightly um, boon, and he gives you the extra d4.
Hey, I missed that.
Nice. Ripley cries a little bit.
I didn't
Okay.
actually go.
So
I just wanted to
just a little bit of trauma.
a little bit of trauma and make him a little bit more like you have to choose when you bought him.
Okay,
Well.
so we need your help. There's a guard out there. We need you to distract them and get them to face south.
Just one guard.
Just one. Don't make a huge ruckus because we don't want more guards to come. Just distract this one guard for a few seconds.
Just a few seconds.
Yeah, we just have to run around a corner.
I can do that. Do you want me to
Don't-
like?
Do bodily harm. Not a lot, anyway.
I would never. Do
Well-
you want me to come back to you when it's done? Like, fly through this house, or
Probably not.
because
Just
I have
hide.
just.
Just hide.
Do you want me to hide inside or outside the house?
Inside.
Inside. Okay, so I can't go through the window like I planned.
I guess if you're gonna be outside, just like close enough that if I like call for you, you'd be able to hear me.
Oh. I'd be watching. I've never stayed too far from you.
Ripley cries a little bit more. Okay. Alright, we have to do this. We have to get this done.
Okay. Well, I gotcha. Good seeing you, friends. And see you in a little bit. I'm guessing you. Well, he'll probably jump up and perch on your shoulder.
Yeah, I'll open the door for him.
As the door slips open, suddenly this fast-moving set of wings take off in that direction. And there's a sudden twang sound that you hear as suddenly you hear a helmet. Seemingly, he just ripped the helmet off the guy's head. Flies towards the window. You hear like a slight dong as like something hits the window. And you go, oh, bird! As he like runs to the window, and you see he's trying to like pick up his helmet. He's going to try and like grab the bird as well at the same time.
Okay, we go.
And make our way around the corner.
The two of you quickly dash as stealthy as you can, making your way to the corner. You see him just preoccupied fully with this bird. You can see Grim is smiling in that little raven way as the guard is trying to reach up to him. You watch his wings flying higher and higher. You duck around the corner, heading towards the staircase. You pass the main door, still currently closed, and soon enter into what seems to be some sort of larger chamber. It seems to be a it's like a trophy room, and you can see the staircase directly in front of you. Directly in front of some of these windows, you can see there are windows that look. The one to your south looks out into the gardens as well. You can see the distant mains. You can see a couple of statues centered in certain sections. You also see just off the side of where the staircase begins to go up, there's a large bay window that overlooks what looks to be another garden, but underground.
But underground.
Interesting.
Yep, it seems to be one of the caverns or something. They just garden on the inside where the cliff kind of ends on the outside. You can see the staircase right there. I imagine you make your way up.
Yes, to the stairs.
Okay. You make your way up the stairs and enter into the upstairs section of the home. There you can see a vast array of rooms stretching before you. Let's do this. So yeah, now you are upstairs. Immediately, you can see a large door up in front of you. You can see that there's a door immediately to your right, and then look to be a bunch of other doors further down. You don't see any lights on this upstairs section. It seems pretty dark. There is maybe faint glow from under this door. That's all you can really see. Everything else seems pretty dark.
Okay.
Do we hear anything from the other side of the door?
You go up, make a perception check.
Also like to Scooby-Doo style listen at the door.
Perception.
Oh, plus the D4.
No.
21.
A 21 and a 17. Both of you peer beyond the door or listen in. You can hear distant sounds of like a low line fire currently crackling away. Other than that, it's pretty quiet. You do hear a very, very quiet sound on the opposite side of like this hallway, somewhere over here, and you kind of swear you see the faintest bit of light, as if someone's holding like a lantern or something.
I'll immediately bolt back to like the corner and just try to peer around the corner, the edge.
Okay, so you go to the corner to look around.
Yeah.
You can see another little space behind a long hallway. It's mostly dark, however, there is one singular guard dressed in gray. Dressed in gray, currently moving kind of towards the corner where you're standing.
Okay.
And do we know which room is which? Or are we still kind of
Should
guessing
be,
right now?
I believe it is in some of your notes. Also, I have both of you make a stealth check for me, please.
Yes, I think. God, I didn't write down the description of their area. That was someone else.
Ooh. So that is a 29. That's a 39.
Jeez. 24
yeah.
for me.
24 and a 39. Egil, your red scales are completely invisible as you peer around the corner and see the guard, and you melt back into the shadows and you went back to Ripley at the top of the stairs.
We have a guard coming around the corner.
Okay. I should have written down where this
I
was.
believe it is. Someone wrote it down last session.
Yeah.
Like someone put it in the
Now,
chat.
though.
Okay. Let's see.
I have to control F the chat log. I thought it was Liz that wrote it in chat,
Mm-hmm.
but I could be wrong about that.
Alright.
Too far back.
Are y'all talking about the directions?
Yeah, the directions.
Second floor, second door to the right, behind a painting.
Second door to the right.
I believe so. I did write it out.
So here. I'm gonna see if this door is locked.
You check that door. It is locked.
Yeah. Okay. Does the Gil have a lockpick?
Oh, ha, 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 no.
We didn't plan this very well. Oh no!
Okay. Is there
I'm
anything
gonna-
that I have?
Are any of these doors unlocked, honestly? Well, we just need to get into a room. I'll try this one down here.
You try that one down there.
Mm-hmm.
It's locked.
And the
Damn.
one to the south?
You try that door. That one's unlocked.
Do I immediately hear anything behind it?
Not immediately, no.
Okay, I open it and go inside, because we're
Okay.
we're gonna get caught if we just stand out here.
You open that door. Immediately you can see the room almost seems to round, and there's a spiral staircase leading upwards. You also see a door on the left side as well, within this kind of chamber. So it's a round room. With a door on the side.
Okay, I go in.
To the door, or you go up the stairs?
Is that door locked as well?
You try that door. That door is locked.
Okay, then I will just stand in the stairway. And
Okay.
hope that this is not where that guy was heading.
So both of you have made your way down through much of this building. You begin to hear sounds, footsteps. You hear like a slight whistle echoing through the hall. As the person shines the light down the hall, you can just see the edges of the light grace the bottom of the doorway that you've closed, putting yourself in this small little room. I'll just review this section. If it can fully be revealed. Yeah, you're in this like little tiny tower. It seems to be this is one of the towers that you saw when you first kind of walked up to the building. Towers on the very edges.
Have the rings?
2 towers.
9/11.
Huh?
Lord of the Rings.
It's the Tales Tower.
It's a tale 2 towers.
You can just see the edges of the light underneath that doorway, beneath your feet. You hear a sigh as the figure seems to go back and walks back down that hallway where they were just at.
Okay. So
Alright.
if we were to leave, go back out the door, but go to the left, what will we see?
Outside the left of the doorway, there is more rooms. You'll be able to see 2 rooms, seemingly. So 2 doorways. It seems that this upstairs section is just a giant ringed section of rooms.
Okay. IWA, we are in quite the predicament. We need a means to get through these doors.
Yeah, I kind of didn't think about locked doors.
What do you have on you?
I have my walking stick. I have this little figurine. I have, what else could I have shoved in my pockets? I probably stowed a dagger in my outfit somewhere. It would be so. I don't think I could have fit a jar of bacon grease in my tiny pockets, but it would be really funny if I could have.
No jar of bacon grease, probably.
Unfortunate. I do just like have my metal mechanical arm. Could I like use little pieces off of it to try to pick a lock.
Hold up, one.
Oh,
It's super old myself so fast.
Would you have to damage your arm to do so?
Maybe, but
we're kind of
mean,
in
hey,
position right now.
I don't have a thieves toolkit because I didn't think about locked
Breaking
doors.
and entering.
I've never
Um,
committed a crime before.
so I do have my numbing agent. The only thing I could think of is if I don't want to have to knock the guy out though. That would be too much going on.
Yeah.
When he's walking away, does he have keys on him? Do we know?
We don't know that.
Because if he's walking away, could you try to like get a visual?
So the room, the floor is just circular. It goes in a circle.
Yeah,
We
okay.
have to get close to him for that to work.
I see.
Which is something that we can do. We know pass without a trace pass without a trace is on Ripley. So yeah, within 30 feet. So we might be able to do that.
My sleight of hand is same as my stealth. It's just a +3. Yours is, I'm sure, much better.
It's a +5. I don't have proficiency in sleight of hand.
Okay, still better than mine though.
So do we want to try to get close to the guard and see?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Let's see if they've got keys on them. And if not, I can maybe fuck up my arm
Okay.
to use pins from it as a makeshift thieves kit.
All right. So what I need to
You
do.
can try the check without having thieves' tools. It's incredibly difficult.
Yeah,
Just
I don't
push
want to
the
do
lock.
that.
Just
Yeah, they're just like just sticking my finger in this lock and hoping something happens. Like,
I mean, I do have claws.
You could break a claw.
yeah, just stick your claw in there, snap
Yeah,
it
stick
off.
a
That'd be
claw
great.
in there.
I once
huh?
bit a locked door.
You want some
Didn't work.
bit?
Did it do anything?
No, apparently it didn't.
These particularly, I was a vampire.
Oh, I thought you were saying that you bit a locked door.
I
was like-
honestly did believe
I
they
did
that
too.
in
I
real life. That sounds
believe it.
entirely plausible for the things I know they've done.
Mm-hmm. It
I
is
like
entirely possible.
It was entirely possible.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
It just sounded like something you would do.
All right. Okay. Then I will try if we want. All right. So first things first. Do we want to see if the guard has keys? Let's do that
Yes,
first.
let's do that first.
This is assess the situation. All right. So we're going to try to come out and. Does it look like the light is coming closer towards?
Yeah, the light is facing us right now.
Okay, so he's coming this way. Then I would say let's wait for him to come down, and if he turns around, we'll go take a look. Or if he just passes us, we can peek through the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so you're waiting.
Yeah, waiting for to see how he moves.
So
What's
you
this
hear
NPC's pathing?
the footfalls move this way. He watches the light gets brighter and brighter, far brighter than the first time you saw, and he eventually stops right in front of your door, and seemingly turns, looking down towards the stairwell. It seems that his patrol path is just this upstairs corridor. Stealth checks.
I would love to.
Stealthy stealth. 28.
21.
Yeah, he walks in front of that door, looks around towards the staircase, shines this pointed lantern in that direction. he begins walking back. It seems he, is taking the long way, not walking exactly at the staircase.
Okay. So as soon as he starts walking back, can I peer out the door?
Mm-hmm.
And does it look like he has any keys on him?
Make a perception check.
I would also
Do you have
love
dark vision?
same thing.
I do. I should.
I do as well.
Yes, I do have dark vision.
Okay.
So I'm pretty
Damn,
sure
my
we'll
rolls
work.
are bad.
Ripley, it's kind of hard to see the light that is shining, forward. Does kind of like play how with your eyes, but Gil, you're able to differentiate. You do see a set of keys.
Okay.
Yep. You hear the footsteps fall further and further away as he walks down the corridor.
Okay. Then I will say. Okay, he does have keys on him. Would you like me to go try to retrieve them?
Yeah, I think if we could get those, that'd make getting in these doors a lot easier. I can follow a little bit so you still have the extra sneakiness from the spell we've got.
Of course. Then we'll try to sneak up behind him and give him the old. I had it in my pocket. This is about to go crazy.
Okay.
That's fine. It's gonna
Um,
work. It'll be perfect.
Nothing can go wrong.
Nothing could go wrong.
So, which way are you waiting for him to be looking?
Oh no! Since he started going left, like once he starts walking, I guess northward in this circumstance right now,
Mm-hmm.
that's when we'll be trailing behind him.
He just started going that direction after you watched him walk away from you. So would you follow him immediately?
Or do you think we should wait for him to come back this way?
Let's do one more loop just so we've got the most amount of time.
Okay. All right. So we're waiting for him to come back down to this corner again when he stops in front of the door,
Okay.
and once he turns around, we're going to go for it.
So you hear the footfalls go distant, and soon unheard. You do see the edges of that light as he makes his way to the top of the stairs, looks down towards the stairs, looks around the area, and as he begins to turn, you hear a voice. Hey! All good up there still? Nothing to report. No sounds, no nothing. Okay, keep watch. Be back in 10. He continues his walk down, eventually making it in front of your door, doing the same look at the staircase, the buildings, the rooms. This time, as he gets to this door, this set of doors, he just checks the lock right in front of him, just because he's like right there. Looks at the door that you're at. You hear him walk over towards it, and then he's down his little path.
Ooh, he almost died.
Whoops.
All right. So again, as soon as he starts walking away,
Mm-hmm.
right behind him and try to
Make a
take
stealth
the
check.
keys. All right, let's do this. Let's go, baby.
Okay. Yeah, that is easily a 31. So you sneak up behind the guard, and you're just taking his keys, or are you trying to knock him out?
I feel like we just need to take the keys because if we knock him out, he's not going to be able to like respond to more calls from the
On top of
whoever's
that,
downstairs.
when he wakes up, he's going to be like, "What the fuck happened?"
Yeah, who knocked me out and stole my keys?
Exactly. So yeah, I'm just gonna go for the keys.
Okay, go ahead and make a sleight of hand check.
Okay. I'm so fucking scared. Alright. We got this. Okay, there we go. 22.
Okay. 22. You reach your clawed hands and grab this key ring and you just level it off the small little section of hook he had on his belt. The keys come away cleanly.
Alright. I will slink back in with Ripley. And I'll just hold them up. I will jangle them, of course. Just gonna hold them up. So after he makes it to that other corner and turns around, we can make our way to the door that we need to.
Yep.
Okay. So he makes his way along his set pathing. As he gets to this section, checks 2 doors, make sure they're still locked. Makes his way down.
Alright, then so he does that. We're heading north.
Okay. You cut across the north, heading to that center room, and you
Yep.
put the keys up to the door. Go ahead. Just roll me a quick investigation check.
Okay. Do you want to roll it?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I am good at brain. Investigation. There we
Ooh,
go.
Look
Okay.
at that.
Without even needing to really check, you look through the keys very quietly, pick the first one, immediately the door opens. Unlocked, and you enter into the room.
Yippee!
T.
So, what you see is a small study. You can see there's a fireplace in the far right, center of the room. Small little sconces unlit on the walls. A large desk on the left side. Many couches, some places to sit and study. There's a large statue off in the right-hand corner of some dwarven powerful figure, it seems. A couple dragon heads, and like looks to be some sort of strange tiger creature's head. As the door opens and you close it behind you and begin to walk into this room to investigate further, there is a sudden sound. The fireplace roars to life. All the sconces light up, and the room is lit for you. Which could help with your dark vision for just a moment, but you see the chamber.
Okay. Can we lock the door behind us?
Yeah, you lock the door behind you. You are in this
Cool. Is there a painting on the wall?
room. You look around the room. You see paintings.
Great. I'm gonna go
there's
start checking them for secrets.
One is at the desk, one is over here, and then one is over here above the piano. The one directly across from you when you enter the room looks to be a large landscape of the city, icy mountains. You can see vast border forests at the top of one of these mountains. Looks to be some sort of large cavern built into the side of the mountain. Impressively tall, and there seems to be some sort of like slight golden light shining out from it. This one seems to be a family portrait. You can see uh, many different dwarves all dressed in these fine, almost like slightly golden robes, are smiling together within what looks to be the Rose Room, the large ballroom. The last one you can see just above the piano seems to just be a self-portrait of the lady of the house.
I'm gonna look behind that self-portrait.
Okay, you go over to the self-portrait and take a look behind it. Go ahead and make me an investigation check. Okay.
20.
20. You carefully take the painting off of its section wall. There's nothing there. It's just a solid, kind of wood paneled wall.
Okay, I put it back.
Okay.
And look at the next one.
You look at the mountain one.
I'll do the ballroom one.
The ballroom one. Okay. Yeah, you go up to the painting. Make an investigation check.
That's the wrong thing. There.
There
You
you
can
go.
use the first roll with the 16 if you want.
Yeah, you begin to take the painting
It's actually the
off
same. The last one.
of the wall, and you find that it's kind of stuck. You begin to like try to pry at the very edges of it, but it seems that this painting is almost embedded in the wall. It's then that you begin looking at it more and realize it's not exactly portrait. It's a framed section of wall, it seems.
I'd like to try to find a mechanism to open it, maybe.
Mm-hmm. You can see as you look over the portrait itself that there is as you're looking across that, there is a small band across Yoslak, Osbridge's hand, that gives you pause. You begin looking at it. It is a strange little, almost like wristband kind of device. Not exactly like a watch or like a bracelet of any type. You note that it has a small little golden cylinder that shines. And you put your finger across it and you feel, as you like slightly push in, that there is some sort of indentation. This small little golden circle on this wrist device can be pushed towards.
I do that. I push it.
Okay. As you, there's a very, as the wood wall itself pulls back about a good 3 feet and then dives into the end of the wall. Inside, a small little chamber. It's probably about 3 feet tall, maybe 3 feet wide, so decently sized. And there is many items located within. You can see what seems to be, and you'd have to be standing at the desk to do anything. There is a small little section of folders, documents important that are hidden within this secret wall panel. There is what looks to be small little bags of money, and there is currently in a small little kind of almost like a glass jewelry case. You see that little device that was put on the wrist, Lady Yoslav gave me the image, and that is there. There also is, in another case, a small little band that seems to have this kind of like partially chipped ancient dwarven material, kind of silver gossamer edging on it. Silver band with what looks to be spirals and swirls of kind of silver metal that hold in place what looks to be this ghost-like transparent crystal.
I want to steal everything, but I probably shouldn't.
Probably shouldn't. Probably.
Can I make like an Arcana check on that crystal?
On the crystal,
Yeah.
make an Arcana check. Yeah, so just so you know, it's two wristband things. One is a crystal, the one other one seems to have this like kind of golden little circle. Almost like
I would like to
golden
try to
sword.
see if I can figure out what either or both of them do. That's a 29 for Arcana.
29. You recognize the wristband. Actually, not a wristband. I misread that. One of the one with the ghost crystal in it is actually a ring. Straight. That one you recognize immediately upon looking at it, as it's not an uncommon item. It's pretty rare, but you've heard tale of these items being passed around. It is a memories. It can store a memory up to 1 hour long that can be reviewed whenever. And the wearer who is attuned to it can relive this memory whenever they wish.
Okay.
The other one, looking at it, make an Arcana check as well for that one.
29 again.
29 again. Okay. Looking at that one, it initially you look at it, and it's not initially recognizable of what this could be. You've never seen like that. It's not a gold coin. It just looks gold. There's like a light that's almost ever present and shining on that little section of gold at the base of it. The only thing that somewhat gives you a hint of what it could maybe be, it feels a lot of like same design and coloration to Heartbreaker that you found in the Cardinal. It doesn't beat. It doesn't make a sound. It is merely a small little bracelet.
I'm gonna take it.
Okay. You grab the Ring of Memories as well.
No, I'm gonna leave that.
You sure?
Yeah, I don't want to steal some lady's like cherished memory. That's fucked up.
Do you want to check the memory?
I feel like we're kind of pressed for time here, but yes, I do. Because I'm nosy.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll check it. But I'm not gonna listen. I'm just gonna like listen to the first like few seconds to see what it's about.
You grab the so you grab the kind of bracelet. Take that, and then you grab the Ring of Memories. Open up the small little jewelry box and put the ring on. Typically requires attunement to be able to check the memories. But as you put the ring on your finger and begin that process, do you feel this presence creep up around the back of your shoulder, and everything goes red. And suddenly you hear screams, and you turn your head and look, almost directed, as if Hadar's hands are cupping your chin and pulling your face in another direction to look at you. You see a group of dwarves standing in front of this great willow tree. You can see gems embedded in the ceiling, large waterfall cascading down, and you can see some great, kind of almost blurred city off in the distance. The dwarves in the center of them is this almost beating heart. The dwarves, the lead one, seems to have one of this bracelet on, and you can see every dwarf is connected by a small little golden rope that connects each of their wrists, interlocking them all together, and it also seems to connect into the heart anchor itself. The screams that you're hearing are coming from the dwarf on the far side of this ritual, as all of their eyes are closed, eyes are glowing underneath as well. Their closed eyelids. The eyes open, the glowing stops as there's a scream of terror. As suddenly you watch a spear is, you just see it. For a split moment, it was materialized in the chest of one of these dwarves and then vanishes. And then the next dwarf gets it right through their neck, marching up this kind of step pathway. You can see a familiar figure, an angel, clad in metal. Its face is in this angered mode as it rains hell upon these dwarves. You watch as the ritual is undone. The bracelet is suddenly disconnected from all of the dwarves as some of them go running, some of them go fighting. The lead dwarf, who is wearing the bracelet and this ring of memories, rushes to go grab the heart anchor. As it does so, you watch as suddenly there's this sound of swooping. The dwarf looks up and you can see an angel, clad in gold, lands directly next to the heart anchor, and with these large fingers scoops up the heart anchor like it's a small little golf ball almost within their enlarged hand. And they turn down towards the dwarf, whose feel the fear welling up within this memory. They back up again, and then trip and fall, as it seems they stepped too far towards the edge and descend with the waterfall deep below the city of Don below. That's where the memory ends. As you return to yourself, Hadar's presence fades away. The room turns from red back to the kind of calming light that was in his chamber.
Okay, that's a lot to unpack. But I'm gonna try to memorize as much of that as possible and put that back.
Mhm.
Take the gold ring, or the gold bracelet.
Yep.
How fast does this happen? Like, is this like a flash, or is Ripley like standing there for a second processing all this?
Ripley, you watch as Ripley's eyes just kind of go slack, and it's just this loss of emotion within Ripley's face.
Ripley. I take his non-mechanical arm, put my thumb on his wrist.
That shakes him out, and there's this kind of shudder that goes across his body immediately.
Are you still with me?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I was, this is like a memory holding device. So I was just seeing what was in it.
I
I
see.
don't even know how to parse what I just saw, so I'll have to figure that out later. I'm gonna put the papers in the safe though.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's it. I think that's all we needed to do, right?
Yes, merely place the evidence, as it would be.
As you place the evidence within the safe, there is a momentary sound, and you turn your head and see something currently emanating and crawling out of their painting.
Oh, interesting.
You see essentially a large spindly robot. Some sort of like metal golem covered in little sections for spinster tools. You can see thread weaves all along its body, and it makes these strange sounds as it exits the wall. One of its arms is currently outstretched on the table itself. It's almost looking like it's crawling. As its one arm is out, the other arm is just this giant needle that seems to be covered in thread.
Well, that's
And it-
terrifying.
And it cocks its head towards you.
Gonna start backing towards the door.
You back towards the door.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Um. How fast are you?
The normal amount,
Okay.
30 feet.
You watch as the one of the arms twitches slightly, and you watch as one of the little pieces of thread suddenly whips towards you across the chamber.
Oh, I
Is
don't
this
love
an-
that.
Is this
You
like a
dodge out of the
tadpole?
way, and you just hear this like a very quiet whipping sound as the thread just whips above your head as you've just barely been able to dodge. I'm guessing a 10 doesn't hit you.
Does not.
To avoid it hitting the wall, can I try to use the deflect missiles?
It's not. You get the sense that it's still attached to them. It seems to be some sort of spindly
Okay.
whip that they
Okay.
used. It does not hit the wall. You just hear this like very silent, quiet sound. It's the sound of thread just being whipped through the air at great speed. It is a very quiet sound. By the way, this is what the
Oh.
Huh.
Oh my.
I don't think it's nice.
I need both of you to roll initiative.
Ah,
Yeah,
damn
that
it.
makes sense.
Okay.
Oh, you're also lucky. Can't believe I rolled a 2. Oh. Oh. Apparently I have no luck on. Egil is the first to go.
Okay. We can we can definitely try to fight this thing. Or we can run.
I don't want to fight it, but I'm worried it will chase us.
Are you speaking to each other?
I think this is like above table talk.
Yeah, this is above table.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Well, we could battle music too.
Alright, what the fuck am I going to do here?
I mean, it didn't react until I moved, so maybe if we just stand still long enough, it won't notice us. Like a Jurassic Park T-Rex.
That's it. That's all we gotta do. I kind of want to go for Stunning Strike.
I'm worried that attacking it is going to make too much noise.
I know. And I don't even know if it can be stunned.
Yeah, it's probably like a construct or something.
If it isn't a construct, I'm going to be flabbergasted. Oh, man. Okay. Okay. All right, Graham. I have a question.
Mhm.
Would it be possible for me to have one of my flasks of whale oil?
Flask of whale oil. Interesting.
This one.
Did you bring pockets?
Probably not.
No.
Then no? Okay. Alright, okay. Oh my god, it's my hands.
I feel like Graham's got some like, what's it called?
Vendetta?
Yeah, vendetta against pockets.
Oh no, I like pockets. I want to go have pockets. Going
Oh.
into like a fancy ball, if you don't have pockets, you're not bringing anything with you. Like that's
Okay.
that's the whole thing.
Okay, so I'm gonna take a dodge action. And
Okay.
then I'm going to take a little hypotheses here. And I'm gonna take a step back.
Okay. It's gonna use its reaction to make an attack against you. Does 18? Sorry, yeah, 18 hit.
Did you do it at disadvantage?
Oh yeah, because you are dodged. 11.
That misses.
Okay. You watch as the second move. Suddenly there's a little bit of whipping sound as one of the whips goes right above your head. The tough kind of stringy wire that this thing throws in your direction just misses as you dodge.
Okay. Wonderful. Alright. On that note, so I moved 5. This is the door, right?
Yep.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20.
Mhm.
Do I hear, like, immediately, do I, like, hear the guy whistling on the other side?
Make a perception check.
Oh my gosh.
You listen at the door, and there's that sound of woof, again as you hear the wire just careen around the room, and you stop and listen. You don't hear anything on the other side of the door.
Damn it. Okay. I'll end my turn.
Okay, Ripley, you do.
I am going to do nothing.
Okay, you just stand there and do nothing.
Yeah, I'm hoping that if I do nothing, it will go away.
Make a stealth check.
Okay. a 34.
34. Okay. You return. You do nothing. You just stand there quietly. The strange kind of suture golem creature suddenly begins to scurry across the room, using its one arm kind of as a leverage to get it over some of these obstacles within the chamber. Within 30 feet of you, it is going to try to whip you.
Me?
You go.
Okay.
Okay. Well, still a dodge action.
That is 15 to hit for the first.
That misses.
That could have been a nat 20. Instead, that is a 17.
That also misses.
Okay, you hear as these whips go careening around the room. They go soaring just above your head and your body, but it does not hit you. It kind of stops right there, having the both attacks miss. It just almost seems to freeze in space. Gil.
I am going to follow suit with Ripley, seeing as it's prioritizing me, and Ripley didn't move. So I'm going to go really still. And
stealth check.
hope he doesn't start swinging at me too.
Okay.
32.
Ripley, what are you doing?
Same thing.
Make another stealth check.
$36.
Okay. There's as it steps towards the doorway and stands there.
Okay.
Watches it turns its head. But it doesn't attack. Gil.
All right. Can I stealthily move?
You want to move?
Yeah. I want to see if I move really slowly though.
Yeah, make a stealth check.
Okay.
Okay. You are looking at this creature as you're standing incredibly still. The head turns and looks around, and you move ever so slightly.
Yeah, just one to the side.
One to the side, makes a reaction.
Damn. Okay, I have to stay completely still. All right.
Damn. Well, that's a nat one. You watch as another one of the ropes right above your head, and you just stop. Head still. Creature waits and waits. And I'm assuming you do nothing else on your turn.
I do nothing else on my turn.
Ripley.
Yep, same. Just being so sneaky.
Please.
28.
Okay. Stand still as this creature gets to its turn. Goes back to the center of the room. Anything from you? Are you both stopping and staying
Yeah.
perfectly still?
Staying.
both make stealth checks, please. One last time.
Oh wow, 20.
31.
Okay. There's a moment where Gil, you look over towards Ripley as this creature turns its head, and you just ever so slightly turn your eyes in that direction, and you almost move your face, but stop yourself. The creature enters the room one last time. It goes up to the painting in the far back of the room. You watch as their elongated, kind of like needle hand hoists up the painting and it crawls back on it and closes it. And then there is silence.
I'm gonna try to very slowly go towards the door.
Okay. You make your way towards the door. Do you listen out?
Yes.
Make a perception check.
21.
You put your ear to the door very quietly. Oh, good. Still locked. As you heard him test your door that you were at, and then walks away.
Okay.
You wait a few more moments until the sound disappears. Lock the door and open. The hallway is quiet and empty. You feel that he is on the other side. And I assume you make your way out of the room?
Yeah.
Okay. The two of you move through the room, back down the steps. Just make one last stealth check for me.
Oh no.
At the very fucking end.
Okay.
Well, it's technically a 16.
It's 16, technically.
Technically, it is a 16. There is a moment as you walk down the steps. You begin to crouch back towards the party. And at first, you don't see the guard. Ripley, of course, in the lead with the spell actively on him. And as you pass just into the light, hey, what are you do-" There is a sudden ah! It goes, ah, fucking Fern again! And you turn to see the guard being harried by the White Raven Grim, as Grim is seemingly hiding in the rafters. The second you were caught, he just goes feral on this man,
Oh, I
who
love
completely
that
forgets
bird.
about your entire being there. As Grim begins poking at his ears, you see like little drops of blood from the guard. And I'm assuming you just book it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Uh,
love that bird so much.
You head back down the steps and rejoin the party. I'm imagining you cancel the spell on yourself right as you get down there.
Yes.
Okay. And as Grim makes his thoughtful escape, not having actually done bodily harm, even though you told him not to, come back to the other group. You all are watching in amazement and in shock probably as well, as the king of the city of Broken Bridge, hand in hand with Ajal, is leading him towards the dance floor. Arcos Rook Gets you into the center of the dance. Let me get your token. Oh, there it is. If you want to all, you can probably drag tokens here. I can- Other than Vajal. Vajal already have their token. Perfect. Where's Ace? I can drag Ace's. Oh, do we have one for the fancy outfits yet? No pressure if you don't. I was just curious. Wow. Did you give a little, was that a bow tie on the vulture?
Incredible. Truly awful dress.
What a dress. Actually.
You can just like simplify it. You don't have to draw every rose.
Every single rose must be perfect.
No.
I'm kidding. But thank you for the bow tie, it's perfect. Exactly what I wanted.
That's amazing. Okay. There we go. He's so large. And then I'm just gonna drag in a whole bunch of cool tokens to be the audience. Perfect. I like how Owen is actually here. That's amazing. So you are being escorted into the center of the dance floor with the current king. Ace, you are being led to the center of the dance floor by an older gentleman with ginger hair. As many individuals also choose to go dancing. The only ones not dancing really are Bonnie, Atlas, and a couple others.
I thought Bonnie got asked to dance.
Oh, yeah,
There was a
Bonnie did get
whole
asked to dance by,
back and forth, and then
yeah.
Dylon interrupted and was like,
yeah, I forgot
okay.
it was Dylon. I almost forgot it was Dylon. How dare I?
So now it's just like Atlas and Dracan.
Yeah, there's other people, for sure.
Yeah,
But definitely...
aren't important. That's a lie. I'm sure they're very important.
Why are all these images so weird looking?
It's called fashion.
It's simply not. It's all half of them are AI art.
Well, don't download those then.
I'm trying my best. I do my damnedest, but it's so hard to tell nowadays sometimes. Where's Bonnie's token? Go dance. There you go. And then I'm simply not gonna find a... This is exactly actually what I want. Cool. You all find your dance partners and begin the long process of dancing. Ajal, the king, begins the process of leading you out of the dance floor. Go ahead and make me performance check, please.
Because we're sharing an account.
I got you.
That's a whole 9.
A whole 9. Yeah, so you are not experienced with dance whatsoever. Your character is from the woods.
Not experienced in this dance, you mean. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
What does that mean?
That means nothing. That's not even an innuendo.
It means he doesn't know that I don't know all forms of dance. Maybe I know some really weird, obscure forest dance instead. He doesn't know that.
He doesn't know that. No, he doesn't. But he is very proficient in dance, and thus, actually is able to pick up a lot of your slack and begins to take you through the steps, leading you so effectively you don't even know that you're making mistakes. You get the sense that he's trained in this for a very long time. So, you're from the forest?
Yep.
What brings you to my city?
found a group of people. They wanted my help. Going with them.
Okay. Okay. Put your feet right here. And he will pick you up and change your position. Good job.
Blush.
I don't get asked to dance by many. I knew the second you did, you were new to a lot of this.
Yup.
I'm assuming there's a reason you asked me, or are you truly just... What are you trying to get out of this? He kind of smiles at you.
Truthfully, I just wanted to see if it would work.
The honest chuckle from him. You don't notice it. What's your passive perception actually?
18.
So you would notice it. Probably 8 would also. There's so many eyes on this dance. Every time, like every movement you two make, someone's looking over and inspecting and judging. And that honest chuckle gets a lot of looks. Like, it seems like a lot of people are surprised that the king is so calm about this. Well, it worked. You got me out here. Congrats. So tell me about your forest culture. What other things do you do other than regularly ask people like me to dance?
Have you heard of the Great Beast?
Great beast. I don't think I have. So
Ashley
monster.
tries to evangelize.
Absolutely, that's what I'm doing. So she's this giant wolf, and she's gorgeous and beautiful, and she gives
Wolf.
me magic powers.
Gives you specifically magic powers.
Never met anyone else who believed in her enough to get them.
I'll have to ask my magical advisors about this great beast.
She's great. 10 out of 10. Would recommend.
It's in the name. Okay. Here, just put your feet on my toes. I'll guide you.
Alright, sure.
So you put your feet on the top of his feet, and he lifts both of you in the same steps.
Really strong.
Yeah, you get the sense he's very well built. For being a king, you get the sense he does a lot of like training on the side, to where he's not weak by any means, you know. And he also doesn't seem like super stuck up or super privileged, which you wouldn't notice, but like, yeah. He seems genuinely interested. He'll ask some more questions and dance away with you. But eventually, the song begins to change tempo. I'm going to have to trade you off. Is there anything else you wish to ask me?
I thank you for a good dance.
I thank you for a good dance as well. Hope you enjoy the rest of your night. It was truly enjoyable.
I will.
Your
You
name
too.
was Ajol, right?
Indeed.
My pleasure meeting you, Ajol. He steps back, bows, you bow back, as all the dancers do, and then a new partner is found. Ace. You're dancing with this young noble, like not young, but like middle aged noble. I
Oh, it's perfectly alright.
What brings you to this event? I don't think I've ever seen you before.
I'm here to represent Colte, along with a couple of my other companions. No, sorry, not Colte. Caro.
Caro,
K names.
the mage.
Yes.
Interesting. I've heard a lot about him. Nothing exactly good. What brings you to his lockstep?
Oh, well, my companions and I found something that he has an academic interest in. Some old religious artifact, I think.
Oh. Well, that's really interesting. I love finding out about religious artifacts. What sort of thing?
You know, I don't really quite know what it is. He hasn't shared if he knows yet.
Understand.
But I do believe I'm lying when I say that.
Mm-hmm. Make a deception check.
Because it's the heart anchor. It's a 20.
Okay. Oh. Hopefully he doesn't mark you to the bone. I've heard tale of him being called necromancer from time to time. So pardon the pun.
Well, honestly, I wouldn't mind if I keep getting paid.
Fair enough. It's well, it's always good to get paid, isn't it?
Better than being broke. I say that I didn't live in the woods.
I feel like there's better individuals to work for, though, to get paid.
And who would you suggest?
Um, well, he looks at you, kind of with an intriguing eye. I mean, there's always the Empire of Glass. See if they wanted to work with you.
Work with is an interesting term.
Yeah, they tried to get you on their side. Isn't that enough?
Does the fable of the scorpion and the frog exist in this world?
It does now.
Can I make it up? If it doesn't.
Yeah.
Ace has had a divine revelation in the form of Aesop's fable.
Aesop's
Is it?
Aesop's fable.
Aesop's. Oh, okay, I get it now. I thought I just heard Aesop. I was like, is it not Aesop's
Yeah, I think
fable?
it is Aesop. I was just making a pun.
Good.
You love the fun.
Like, how stupid am I? Tell me, have you ever heard the story of the scorpion and the frog?
I don't believe I have.
Let me summarize it for you real quick. A scorpion comes across a river that he needs to cross, and he sees a frog. So the scorpion asks the frog if he can get a ride, but the frog thinks the scorpion will just sting him. So the scorpion says, "Why would I sting you? I need to get across the river, and if I do that, I'll drown." So the frog listens to logic and lets the scorpion get on his back. And halfway across the river, the scorpion stings the frog. And as they're both drowning, the frog asks, "Why would you do this? Now we're both gonna die." And the scorpion says, "It's just my nature."
Interesting. And you're alluding to the Empire Mass as being the Scorpion?
The point of the story is that creatures will do what it is in their nature to do. And it is foolish to expect them to do otherwise.
Interesting.
You need to listen to Ace voice over every fable now.
Be wild. But what if the Scorpion secretly could spread and just wanted a real good excuse to get the frog alone?
Then I do believe the point of the tale stays the same.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
I am expecting to get stabbed.
He doesn't stab you. You hear the song beginning to trail towards an end. Well, it seems we'll be finding friend partners soon. It was good dancing with you. Nice enough.
Yes. Though I don't believe I ever got your name.
Oh? You can, call me Porcius.
I just want to memorize this guy's face. Who the fuck are you, Porcius?
He's this kind of like 30-year-old ginger man, ginger beard, kind of blue eyes. He bows to you as the dance ends, and you go to find a new partner. To then, Bonnie and Dylan. Well, I'm glad I got you out of there. I've been hearing about your exploits. You've been buying a lot of magic items. Yourself, it seems. What school of magic do you study? In the meantime, while you're typing that out, Ajal, roll me a d4. Ace, roll me a d4. and you can just type when you need to. And while it's still being typed, Atlas, are you doing anything?
I think I'm just kind of keeping an eye on our party members, and I'm also keeping an eye on Tracklon as well.
Okay. Yeah. I'll make a perception check. How does one describe the plague doctor wizard subclass? You probably could describe it as the study of interesting. You probably would just have to say that you're not one of the basic schools of study. That you work more with transcribing the spells you have into physical modes of use. That's how I would best describe it. That's the best way to describe it. For sure. So as you're typing this, Atlas, you look around the chamber, and initially you don't spot Tricon. It seems he's kind of vanished in the crowd. He's not dancing, it seems, with any of the other party members. And he is not at the corners of the room anymore. He's not at the wall. He seems to have just vanished. Looking at the party members, you watch as your allies, Shaw is dancing with the king. It seems to actually be like a very chill meeting. They're laughing and smiling. Even when Ajal does step on the king's feet, he smiles through the pain and corrects Ajal or lifts Ajal in a way to kind of better the dance. Ace seems to be having some sort of very calm, quiet dance, having a conversation with whoever they're dancing with, and it seems very introspective. And you can see that the figure that you're dancing with is very keen and making extreme eye contact with Ace and having a conversation. But during so, also periodically will turn their head and does make eye contact with you at that point. I don't know if you're done or like close to done typing. While you're still typing, feel to send that whenever. As the dance ends for Joel, you switch your partners. And you find that your next partner is seemingly one of the wizards within the academy. He is a white-haired, kind of pale-skinned wizard wearing light blue color. You vaguely remember him when you first came into the academy. But he tells you, he introduces himself as you find your new partner. Hi, Olin Dunnett. Pleasure to meet you.
Hi.
Your name is Joel?
Correct.
Nice to meet you. Do you wish to lead?
Hmm?
Do you wish to lead?
No.
Okay. He takes the lead, make a performance check.
Oh boy.
You begin dancing, and immediately you go to step on his feet, and he whisks you up off your feet, surprisingly agile for a young wizard, middle-aged wizard, I should say. And he just takes extra control, and like the king before him, just guides you away from his feet, and seems really proficient at dance.
Sorry.
This is for the expert dancers.
I know.
They all took ballet from 1st to 12th grade.
Whoa, just like me.
Yeah, they are perfect dancers. Okay, fine. Thank you. I'm not really specifically trained in one of the schools of magic. It's a bit tough to explain, but I'm more working on potion craft. Interesting. Turning spells into potions, then. Yes. Okay. Fair enough, fair enough. Not many people do it. It's one of the good things about spellcraft, is so many various uses for it. Mine is offensive in nature. I control the bridges that allow people to come in and out of the city at will. Additionally, I have further defenses to ensure that things are not all right. I try to be prepared instead. More proactive than reactive. It is difficult path to walk on your own. I'm sorry you don't have a school or faculty to help you and guide you. It's any benefit. The institution. But would you want to say anything to Olin? Do you have anything to say to a young wizard?
I think I just struggle through like a compliment, a comment, and then I don't know where to go from there. I'm really just going for the food table after the dance with the king, but this guy was here, so I want to go over there and I want to stop dancing, but that would be rude, so I have to finish this dance, but what if I get stolen after this dance too?
Might get stolen. So after your compliment, your small comment, he just starts talking. He tells you this whole story about how he met some of the greatest heroes in the land, and he had them escort him into the Tower of Midas, and gives you like, it's like the one conversation that he does probably at any party. He's like, oh, have you heard of the time I was, touring with Bono, or like touring with Rihanna, or some other famous person like Beyonce? I'm like, yeah, I used to hang out with her.
Beyonce?
Yeah.
Wanna talk
It's like I
about
used
the
to hang
Great
out with
Beast in
Beyonce
the same
and
way?
all of her backup dancers, back in the day. I don't talk to them really much anymore. They don't help me very much, but like, I helped them out. I hired them for this thing. It was really cool.
Ajal's gonna talk about that one time he worked with the Great Beast in like the same kind of tone, but like the working with the Great Beast was setting that town on fire, so he's trying to avoid that bit.
Make a deception check.
Okay.
There's a lot happening at this party.
Better.
Yeah. You get the sense with your passive perception, Olin, like it's like, oh yeah, he's just he's waiting for that moment to bring up his own conversation. So he's like mostly listening. So, like the parts where you're like kind of bad at, talking about, trying to avoid the movement of the city. You're able to get away with it because he's mostly thinking about himself.
This guy sucks. He
He's a
sucks.
nice wizard. Listen, you left him for 20 years.
He's just a guy.
He's just a wizard. He did really cool research. Had you all help him.
Average.
What would you do if
Average
you like?
egotistical wizard.
What would you do if you did like one cool thing and you met like some of the most famous people on the other side of the continent?
I'd
The
probably
world.
try to do more
The
than one
world.
cool thing.
Yeah, but like you knew these people.
That's the one, like, he talks about his other research projects and, like, the other places he's gone for Sky City research. And, like, none of them are, like, the same. Like, he goes to Pale Light after it's been freed and, like, does research there. Like, it's a free city now. Like, there's nothing dangerous, nothing cool happens there.
Did his boss tell him to not take pictures of the cool celebrity?
Honestly, maybe after that. No. He still talks to him sometimes. The most powerful wizard in the world.
Yeah, right. In her fucking Kraken, what is it, Spine Tower? What is she in? The ribs?
Yeah, you have a Kraken throne, and you have a
Oh, it's the Tarask rib or something.
yes, it's a Jurassic Rib Tower, I believe.
Yeah.
Which
No-
which I'm pretty
Normal
sure, if
thing.
I remember correctly, allows you to like summon 2 creatures instead of 1. So you
I
can
never
have
have
2
to
of
leave
your
my
summons.
tower.
No, you never do. You're thrown up on the
I
top of
can
your
just
tower.
sit on my throne and...
If you have a tower like that, why would you want to leave it?
I know.
Also,
right?
Seer has incredible PTSD.
Oh, so much PTSD. Seer is never gonna be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Not that she ever was, to be entirely fair.
Yo. Honey, have you finished typing? Or are you still typing? Gotcha. I just want you to have a roleplay moment too. So that dance happens. You rolled a 3. Okay. So after Ace, your dance ends. You're looking around for your next partner, and you see how many people are kind of like trying to dance closer and closer to the king. You're right there, and he eyes you and steps towards you as your dance partner fades away off into the distance.
How is he gonna threaten me?
Hello there. What was your name again?
My name is Asuna.
Asuna. Pleasure to meet you.
Yes, a pleasure.
Can I have
like,
things?
dip my head.
Yes, you may.
He takes your hand and you begin to dance. He introduces himself. I don't know if you know, I am King Marcos Rook. I believe I was told you're friends with Rajal. Hello?
I heard, I believe I was told you're friends.
With Rajal.
Yeah, so Jal and I have been traveling together.
Rajal seems very interesting. He was a good dancer.
Well, I'm happy to hear that.
Where do you hail from?
Me? Oh, I come, Van Ragelados.
Interesting. That's in the north, correct?
Yes, it is. Well, was.
Oh. Oh. I believe I heard something about that. Sorry. I don't look
There's
towards.
no need to apologize.
I must apologize. And I'm sorry for your loss. We don't
Thank
have
you for your
many
condolences.
here. Most of the
Makes
elves
sense.
we get are traders from the south. I've met a couple times with the family of high elves who trade with us periodically. There's the music bag. Sorry about that.
Apologies, I was typing.
Oh, you're fine. I also was typing, trying to get the music bot back.
Okay, so he said that he was talking about the high elves who trade with them.
Yeah, family of high elves from the south. And they send their sky ships to our ports. So the only elves we trade with on a large scale. There's elves in the city.
Do you know where those elves, what city they come from?
Gwendolyn
Well,
is where the main house is. I believe they also work with Lavlin, who are Drow and dwarves. And then they're all allied together with the Penny House out of Gwendolyn. 10 Penny is from Jukovia, I believe. It's a small land in southern.
Okay. You said Penny House. Penny what?
So the Penny House out of Gwendolyn, and their son, Tin Penny, from the Penny House, has a small petty kingdom known as Dukovia.
Okay.
Which you would recognize that immediately upon hearing it, as that is where the Warforged skyship, where they were from.
This guy should where who is from?
The Warforged. That was the guy.
Okay.
So for Bonnie, there's lots of inspiration to be found from looking at the other classes of magic. The bridge in itself is quite fascinating. The closest I've gotten to restoration protective magic. It's protection from evil and a good potion using Shield of Faith. Are you working on any other projects as well? Or does the bridge take up a lot of your energy? I don't think he mentioned anything about repairing. Something repairing itself, I don't think. But he will respond. The bridge takes away my energy. I change the riddles and a lot of the defensive daily to ensure that the enemies who attempt to cross it are confusion every time. All of them are riddles. Some of them are puzzles. I just like riddles with all of you when you were a player. I almost constantly have eyes on those bridges. Other than that, I do a lot of protection magics. I myself create enchantments for myself, the king, all the other counselors, so we can never be easily taken down. Get back to Ace.
Yes.
Any other questions for you?
No, I don't think so. I don't wanna.
You will, from what I was heard, look down some great beast you're seeing.
Yes, Stark Visnar.
I know it was very public and there was loss of life, but in my mind, to take it down. Trakan speaks highly of you. Believes you will have some great and great prospects. I look forward to seeing you flourish within our city.
How does one accept a compliment?
Bow and say thank you.
I bow and say thank you then.
The
Probably
king-
not like a full bow because we're dancing.
Yeah. You do a little bow, thank you. The king gives like a vicious smile, prepared and pampered and perfect. You get the sense that your conversation with him is much more like formal. Like, rather than him actually having fun with dancing with Jal, you dancing with him is just like, oh, let me just do the social, yeah, the social dance.
I'm not entertaining.
You're just part of the norm, essentially.
I'm not gonna go around admitting that I worship evil gods.
Yeah, luckily, Olin does not really research that either. That's not his area of expertise.
It's not a god, it's an evil entity. There's a
Hey, if
difference.
Hadar's a god to me, I gotta give some leverage to the Great Beast.
The Great Beast does deserve some leverage.
No.
Listen, it's hung up now above my bed.
Sounds like a you problem.
What do you mean? It's not a problem at all.
He's pretty.
It's great. I've had this painting for years. It was hung up in my apartment. Now it's hung up in my room, and it's very
But
love
also,
to.
he gave me information, and I'd rather the king not remember me.
Oh, he'll remember you.
I know.
This guy's an elephant. He forgets nothing.
I mean, he is dancing with someone who has burns across the majority of the body. He's just not gonna ask you about them.
That's normal.
That's his fault. He could unlock a whole side story.
Do you want him to ask?
He's seeing that dialogue option come up, but he's just ignoring it. And he's like, if he clicks on it, he'll unlock enough.
Well,
to
this is
skip
the
whole
third.
cutscene.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
the third time the dialogue option has come up, and he really does not need to ask about it. He heard something happen in your town. He assumes he knows what happened.
See, this is why Stella's so much better than the king, because when she heard the story of my hometown being raided and set on fire and destroyed by heralds of Hadar, she was like, oh, Hadar sounds like an interesting deity.
Oh, absolutely.
Everyone else is like, oh, I'm so sorry for your loss.
Absolutely. I'm so sorry about your loss.
It was the best day of my life.
Hell yeah. Okay. If you know what questions you have for the king, he will bow to you and bid farewell. The next dance must happen.
Yes.
It is about this moment, I would assume, that two individuals come kind of stomping down the steps. As Egil and Ripley join the party. Two of you find the party in full swing. Everyone is smiling and enjoying themselves, and you see, surprisingly, Ace currently bidding farewell to the king. Also, as you are making your way down the steps, right at the edge of the staircase, kind of hidden in a bit of shadow, Tricon is there. Well, where have you been?
The washroom.
Well, you missed quite a show. Joel danced with the king, and now Ace has.
Oh, good for them.
Very good for them. Heard there's some incident with a ray upstairs. That's tragic.
Oh, yeah, I think I heard that out in the hallway. Wasn't really around to see it, so.
Yeah, I was watching. The Raven, when it first tore that poor god's helmet off.
Well, hopefully he was able to catch it.
I believe he's still doing it. At least last I heard. While you were walking down here. Anyway, I saw you two were walking away. I thought I might catch you on the way back. I know you have many options on things that need to be done. I thought I'd give you a little option from me in the city. The king and the townspeople. I want to see if you can be helpful with this. There's this large contingent of soldiers massing out of both entrances to the city. And we can't really send out people in the normal ways anymore. To kind of test out your skill, there is a staging ground at the southwest side of the lake where we've noticed some ships are being built. Now, so kind as to set fire to the ships, destroy the shipyard, and repaint it, and make it back in one piece. Then that would be great news for the king. Of course, we'll provide you with suitable ways to get across the lake yourselves. You just gotta make sure you get there nice and quiet. Burn some ships, and the ability for them to make more. Make their way back. Now, you dare make this over. But I hope that you choose to do something good for this. Oh, I think the song's changing again. You might want to get down there and start dancing. The last dance is out. He begins to ascend the steps, patting both of you on the shoulder as he walks by. Have fun. Good luck. And he walks out.
That was an encounter.
Yeah, that guy makes me want to throw up. Really, really hate him.
So, any more questions from you, Bonnie? Typing. Do you two, as you enter into the party, do you go to the dance, or do you kind of join Atlas kind of on the sidelines?
I'm gonna join Atlas.
Know what? Egil will he'll dance.
Go ahead and roll me a d4.
A D4.
Three. Okay. Gotcha. Let's see here. Any other things from Bonnie? Or are you still typing? Okay. I can only imagine how good those words are, considering the thunder resistance spell you used for us. It'd help a lot. Those are also something. I think you're passionate about puzzles and riddles. I would definitely say I try to look up new ones every so often. It's just fun. And I did some adventuring back in my day. Puzzles were always my favorite part. About any dungeon or small little space. He 100% makes puzzle dungeons. No, you can only have so many fights. Sometimes you need like a little change of pace. Like a puzzle is perfect for that most of the time. Um, as you continue your conversation, you hear the song begin to change, and you know that you have to find a new partner at some point. You find your next partner, which honestly, so roll a d4 for your second dance.
Okay.
Oh no, this is only for Bonnie. Sorry.
Oh, Bonnie, sorry.
Interesting. Yeah, you probably get paired with a minor young lord who seems to have like well-built structure. Probably has seen some fair share of bouts with a rapier, and seems to have won a lot of them. Damage and some others. They introduce themselves as Gaffane, a small-time kind of a shipping merchant. You have a small conversation with them, and then the dance changes once more into the third dance. So go ahead and roll another d4, please. Roll a d4 for Jal. Actually, roll a d4 and roll a dexterity saving throw. And then I need a d4 from Ace. Okay. Okay. So you all find new partners. Ace, you are grabbed. Not grabbed. Sorry. Your new partner for your third and final dance is actually Dylon himself. You are able to be in lockstep with him. Bonnie, you get a kind of ginger-haired noble. Egil, you get Yusak Osbridge herself, who is the patron of the dance, and who is very angry right now. And Ajal, you king again. As you go to make your way towards the food table, suddenly you find a hand grasp yours and twirl you towards him. It's the king.
I'm totally normal and fine about this.
Mm-hmm. There is this kind of like audible like frustration from a lot of people in the dance hall that the king got you twice. And that he actually sought you out. Like he was walking away from Ace and saw you nearby trying to go for the food. Grabbed you up. So, as you're all dancing, Dylon looks to you, Ace. Well, it seems I've danced with mostly your people.
I'm so sorry, could you repeat that?
Dylon says to you, well, it seems I've danced with mostly your people tonight.
Seems that way, doesn't it?
You were not supposed to be here.
No, I suppose that we weren't, but... It was hard to say no.
I bet Caro can be very convincing. Bonnie seems like an interesting individual.
Yes, lots of secrets, I think.
Secrets.
Well, you know, everybody has their own things that only they know. It's what makes them interesting.
I won't go ask him, though. I know better. It seems you took a very big fancy to your doll.
Yeah. Good for him, honestly.
Good for him. Listen, I know what went down in Red Ring. And I want you to know that I do not trust all of you. But I have my concerns. Just keep an eye on the troop.
And may I ask?
Oh, who's he pointing out?
Kind of nods his head.
And may I ask what exactly your concerns are?
Well, Olin and I talk regularly. And he, after he danced with the Joel, has been asking a couple questions about this great beast. I don't know exactly what Joel has been saying. But I've heard of this beast, even if Olin has not. I don't know exactly what that entails and why Ijal is so talkative about it. And I won't ask. Just watch out. Okay?
I will. Thank you for the warning. Truly.
No problem. Do you want to be twirled?
Sure.
He gives you a couple twirls during the dance. And
Huzzah.
yeah, make a performance check.
Okay. It's a 5.
With advantage. I'm going to give you advantage.
That's a 10.
Yeah.
Twice
Not-
as good.
Yeah, it is twice as good. I imagine there's dances within Elvish society. Not to this level of like ballroom dance, but I imagine there's something. And that translates to you not being terrible.
Impassable.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, at least
For
don't step on his toes.
yeah. Bonnie, this final dance you have with this mysterious individual, he just doesn't introduce himself to you, but he says, "Pleasure to meet you, Bonnie." And he'll dance with you calmly, not doing any fancy moves, just kind of side to sides. He says he's pretty preoccupied. Like he's not really looking at you very much. He keeps looking off to the side. Make a perception check. 6. Keep looking over in that direction, and whenever you do, you just see a crowd of people. Like you're kind of nearer to the edge of the party, and whenever you also look, he kind of begins to move you to the side, so you're kind of thrown about the room, almost as he doesn't fully pay attention to you. Egil, you dance with Yoslek Osbridge, who is taller than you. Do you try to lead?
No, Egil is not a dancer, so he doesn't lead.
Okay, make a performance check. Because she leads you. It is slightly aggressive, the way she is kind of pulling at you. You get the sense that she's trying to move you so she can keep an eye on the game the whole time, and she's angry.
Oh.
I can't believe he dances with him the entire time. She tries to pull you again. You kind of resist, and you're starting to take a little bit more of the lead in this dance. She's not doing good. She is upset. I'm supposed to be dancing with the king.
Well, one thing you do not want to do is lose sight of the actions in front of you. If you cannot dance with the king, you must dance better than his partner.
Make a persuasion check.
14.
14. You might be right. You're Egil?
Correct, Egil.
Well, Egil, let's show 'em. Make a performance check with advantage now. As Yuslek locks in, or attempts to lock in. It's not much better. Like, she's still mentally, she's dancing for the wrong reason, and thus it's not good. Or not, it's passable, but it's not the best. You actually start to lead instead, and the dance actually turns out to be kind of fun. You pick up a lot of the steps, the music, the timing, and with your speed, kind of agility, you're able to have an enjoyable time, and mood improves for sure. Is there anything we should talk about with you, Slack?
So, what were you hoping to achieve by having such grace with the king?
Well, he doesn't come to these often, and I was able to extend the invite, kind of get him to come. It's a whole social game, these things, you know. And me dancing with the king would have been enjoyable. He is solid, and he's very swell.
I see. I understand. These type of events are not my forte.
Well, you're not doing so bad.
Thank you for the compliment.
It is a shame that Kara couldn't come. Out of all 152 wizards that are available on staff at the academy, it kind of is tragic to miss some of the more lofty ones.
So from my journeys, the one thing I've discovered is potent casters tend to be the lofty ones. Harder to pinpoint. Gauge where the minds are, what they're doing. They always seem to have a method to the madness.
That they do. They have their a lot of things. I just really would have liked those who chose. You know?
I understand. Hopefully my presence hasn't been too much of a displacement.
No. You're fine. You've been quite swell. Thanks for improving my mood. Ever so slightly. Want to go to dance with me? Hopefully I see you at the next event, I hope.
Of course, and thank you for my first ballroom dance.
She gives you a slight bow as the dance comes to an end, the music changing and fading. Ajal. I'm glad I was able to catch you before you left.
Hi.
You're actually... That's all you say is hi?
Shut up. And do a little bow.
Go ahead and make a performance check.
Oh boy. The second I see him coming at me, that's when I know myself.
You didn't see him. That was your deck saving
I'm gonna
throw.
cast guidance on myself anyway.
Okay, yeah, you just speak some words. You need some magical help there. Hopefully you don't step on my feet again. Which one is it, huh? Which one is it?
That's crazy.
So, as he says, I hope you don't step on me. Ah! You fucking full-on 7-foot tall furball just stomp his fucking toes. It's okay. It's okay. You good? You good? As you do that, he looks down. Okay then. I think you're gonna take the lead now. And something in you at that moment engages, and you begin to lead him as he slightly limps periodically. But somehow you, through sheer rolling twice, actually dance very well and begin to lead perfectly, taking a lot of the strain off of him and placing it back on yourself.
Lots of lips.
Oh yeah. Lots of little lifts. So I was thinking,
Mm-hmm.
you seem very interesting. Why don't you come by the castle sometime and we can have more chats? You actually made me laugh, which very few people have been able to do, especially for Reset.
Sounds really fun.
Okay. You can teach me more about this furball culture that you have. Sweet. I'm very happy. And you can bring your friends along if you want. They're gonna be welcome there.
Thank you very much. You're very sweet.
I know
I
that
mean,
it's not.
handsome and nice. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I know it's. I don't know if you're into this, but I do enjoy a good hunt, or maybe a spar, as well. So maybe we could do something like that as well.
That sounds like a very good
Make a deception check to hide your fluster.
How
There's
dare you?
so much fluster out there.
This isn't working.
Okay. He smiles at you. Good. I'm glad you're excited about that. He settles into the dance, your hands on his waist, and as the dance comes to an end, you two give a bow to each other. He does not take his eyes off you. And as he begins to stand again, he begins to move in close to talk or whisper or something. And at that moment, there is, as all the partners are parting, Bonnie, your partner, looks to you and smiles at you. The dance. He turns, and as he begins walking away, it seems he's walking towards the bottom of the ballroom. Watch him lift a finger, Zahrushin, as he casts a spell towards Dylon, who is dancing with Ace. The spell ricochets off of some invisible ward that he has on his person. Dylon turns and immediately pulls from his cloak. You watch as a full wizard staff suddenly apparates in his hands as he goes to defend himself. Watch as, still being shocked by this moment, the young wizard, you hear Sekundur! And there was a shatter sound as the ward around Dylon is shattered by a dispel magic. Dylon then is going to cast.
I jump in front of the king.
You jump in front of the king? Yeah, you are full on like blocking the king. At this point, Dylon pulls out his full staff, and he is probably going to. One second here. I actually prepared Dylon's counter spells, which is on me.
How dare you?
I know, right?
Surely there's a single wizard in this room that has counterspell. Wizard, sorcerer, somebody.
Well, this is
Warlock.
technically, sorry. This is technically a surprise round that all happened. So no one was ready with a counterspell of any type. Due to what just happened. So he had the full round of combat to kind of prepare for this. But now Dylon does get a chance to react. I need to find his spell list. He casts, you watch as the staff unfurls as he's going to cast a spell back at him. Oh, I missed my dice tray. Totally. Okay. Yeah, that he is going to counterspell that actually. His reaction. You watch as this kind of golden sphere begins to form around the ginger noble, and it is suddenly shattered as he counters that. Actually, Olin is going to try and counterspell that. Not at a high enough level. He did a 3rd level, and he rolls and fails. So you watch as Olin tries to counter that spell, doesn't go off. The young wizard then is going to recast the spell that they were planning on hitting Dylon with. You watch as Dylon freezes, suddenly stuck, unable to move. The wizard rushes over to him, grabs Dylon by the throat, looks all at you. Home. And suddenly a word of recall vanishes both of them. Does anyone have anything to do?
I just stare.
There is silence and then a slight panic as the guards begin to surround. You didn't even notice that first, but Ajal, you look behind you, and the king is already 20 feet back, and he has about 6 of his blue-cloaked guards stopping anyone from getting near the king. The king looks around for a moment concerned. Everyone, please return to your homes. This will be dealt with. Yorslack, here. Yorslack rushes over. Suddenly emerging from the steps, you see Trakon begins walking down with a slight smirk on his face as he goes and meets with the king, as all of you are being ushered out by the rest of the guards in gray. You are ascending the steps, and soon you find yourselves out on the front steps of the manor itself, already having ended. Make an Arcana check on me. 20. You recognize that you recognize most of the spells that were cast. Counter spells, dispel magics on some ward that Dylon just has on him at all times. It seems that wards off any effect affecting him. Additionally, you saw that Dylon was actually forcefully paralyzed with a whole person spell, and then that last spell that was cast is a powerful cleric spell known as a Word of Recall, which teleports the wearer, the caster of it, and 6 other usually willing individuals. However, Dylon was not willing, but he was also not entirely in control of himself at the moment. He had been paralyzed and stunned. Potentially. So, you all are escorted out. The only ones left within the room is the only other wizard who had been in attendance in school. And done it, having failed to protect his headmaster.
I'm gonna do something stupid again.
Okay.
Can I turn into a mouse and run back inside?
Make a stealth check.
Can I guidance myself for that too?
Sure. Now you guide yourself before you turn into a mouse and sneak back in. Okay. You are able to sneak down the steps into the room where you note. So you're able to sneak past the guards who are out front. You sneak down the steps into this large rose room where the ball had been taking place, dancing had taken place.
I just want to hide and listen to
Um,
what's happening.
And you hear the king. Olin, what happened? I didn't expect it. Dylon has many words on him. He shouldn't even have been able to be teleported. They were shattered, Olin. I saw it. We all saw it. What was that? You're trained in magics. It was a word of recall. Cleric spell usually. He was casting wizard spells though. He might have been a worshiper of a magic god or something like that. I don't know. He should not have been able to do what he did though. I didn't counterspell high enough. I really didn't think he using that much power into it, but that was intense. He really wanted Dylon. Again, though, Dylon should not have been even teleported whatsoever. He was. Are you able to determine where he was sent? At all? Listen, Olin. Listen carefully. You're safe here. We have time. We can find Dylon. I'm sure. Okay. Dylon has multiple words on himself. When I say he shouldn't have been teleported, I mean he has a ward that negates teleportation on or from him. He should not have been teleported. The ward that was dispelled was the ward from his actual, he should not have been hurt by the whole person either. It should not have worked. It didn't in the first place. That second attempt shattered the hold person, but his other words were gone if he was teleported. You think they were working all night on that? Must have. I mean, unless someone else was helping him, I don't know. You see who danced with him? I didn't. I did. They all looked attractive. It was Bonnie and Asa. But I assume he only danced with them because Dylon was in between. Perhaps. Well, in that case, I need you to get every wizard within the academy on this now. I'm placing you as interim headmaster, archmage. All the power. Get Dylon back. The second our enemies know that the bridges aren't being manned by his spells, we're gonna be in trouble. They have natural defenses. I know they have natural defenses and natural spells that he doesn't actively control. He actively controls a lot of them. Find out what we can do now. Yes, sir. I will. I got you. Better. You think I actually have fun. The king and his guard begin to move up the steps past your mouse-like form unknowingly. All the party guests begin leaving. The last to leave is Yuslak and Trakan. Well, I guess I'll have to be cleaning this up by myself. That you will. Good luck, Yuslak. Don't blame yourself. This happened under all of our watches. Trakan begins to ascend the steps. He goes and And as he does so, he kind of stumbles slightly at the top step, goes down to his boot, and begins to tie it. You need a lift out of here, little one? No, you don't. He holds his hand out.
Sure, might as well.
Yep, you step on Rakon's hand, and he walks out of the building with you. As he does so, the door is locked behind him. He sets you back down. Your allies have been pushed out of the front gates, and are currently standing on the edges of the street looking with them. Better go.
I'll go run catch up with them.
You all meet within the streets. A raven flutters to Ripley's shoulder. Well, that was a lot of fun. I was on the inside for you all. And he does a little bow for those who have not seen him in a while.
I clap.
Yeah, so, Grim's not dead, I thought.
No, I'm just, I instilled my spirit into the little, white raven, and, now I can visit y'all. So I can, be in multiple places at once. So if you ever need me, just summon me. But anyways, doesn't look like things went entirely well. But we had some fun. I'm sure.
Squeaks and agree.
He gives you a thumbs up.
Beautiful. That's all I wanted from life.
But with that, I'm gonna end the session there.
Yippee!
Woo. We did an
Yeah.
espionage.
You did a good espionage.
Woohoo!
Very,
Some of y'all
very Cassandra-esque. Very good.
Some of us just did a gay panic instead.
There's a lot of bad.
I got a lot of information.
Mm-hmm.
This might be one of the first times our plans did not completely fall through.
For
No,
real?
yeah.
Like,
You're playing
basically
perfectly.
perfect, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
great.
You caught on so fast to the monster. I'm shocked. Like, I am so shocked you caught on so fast. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the Echo Golem.
You just had that room for so long.
I just like
It
that so
was
long.
barely you.
I knew when
I mean,
the second
I
two people went
love
upstairs, I
monsters
was
like
like,
that, so.
Yeah, I got the idea, like, probably when you and I were fighting the warden in Minecraft.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I got the idea of a monster. And I was like, that would be so cool if it only could do stuff via, like, sound and movement.
Yeah, I mean, you asked, do you talk to each other, and asked, like, a guild, do you move? And I was like, okay, so if we just, like, stay quiet and silent and don't move,
I guess I shouldn't
it's
have
not
said
gonna
anything.
notice us. I think I probably would have figured it out anyway.
Mhm. Especially, so that creature had multiple reactions.
Yeah,
So, he could do a lot.
it's very cool, though. I like that type of butcher.
He was really cool. I wanted to use him more. He missed every attack he made! He didn't hit
To be
one.
fair,
just
I
so
did
fast.
dodge a lot, and then I do have a high
Yeah.
AC.
Yeah, if it tried to hit me, it would have succeeded.
Mm-hmm.
My AC is low.
He's not even that powerful. He's just a menace. I wanted him to hit so bad. But it worked. But since it was only 2, it worked out so well. You caught on. So quick.
It's so funny that we fucking went up there and didn't have thieves tools.
That,
Because I just
yes.
didn't think about the fact that doors can be locked.
You all prepared so thoroughly for this break
We
and
prepared
entering.
everything except for the
Actual
Actual
breaking and
break-in.
entering.
Yeah. You couldn't check any other room. You couldn't steal anything else in this house. There's a whole manor that you could have like gone in and stolen things. from.
Yeah, I wanted to steal so much stuff, but I was like, the more we take, the more obvious it's gonna be that somebody was here. So I don't want to like steal a bunch of stuff and then our
Yeah,
plan
you never
fall
even
through
asked
because
how much
it's
money
like-
was in that safe.
I was going to. I was gonna ask how much money is in there, but I was like, I'm already stealing one thing from this safe. If I steal a bunch of stuff from this safe, it's gonna be obvious that somebody was in this safe that wasn't her.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I'm just gonna take the thing that's probably the most important,
Fair enough. Fair enough.
and then I'll
Um,
describe that memory later because I've got it.
Yeah.
I wrote notes and
Um,
everything.
If you need to write down what that magic item is, write down a heart seal.
A what now?
A heart seal.
Heart seal. Okay.
So you have a heart anchor, you have a heart seal.
Okay.
Yeah, very good session. Mostly dancing. I'm sorry, Atlas, that you didn't get a lot to do.
That's good. That was my choice.
Yeah. I should have asked if you all had anything very fast you wanted to do during the last conflict, but like it was a surprise to everyone. You know.
Oh, it happens, man. It happens.
Hope you all enjoyed your dances, your little conversations. Very fun roleplay.
Hell yeah, it's very good.
Again, no session next week. Most likely, I think this event's probably going to go very late. So, if anything, I'll be off work at like 10 o'clock at night. So,
Okay.
so no session next week, but the week after we should be set and good to go. So that
Good
is
stuff.
the 30th. And then the 7th will be interesting. We should have something. Thank you all for playing.
Yeah.
You all have a wonderful 2 weeks.
All right, everybody. You enjoy yourselves.
Yeah. Bye
Have a
bye.
good night.